Paris Hilton might be best known for her 2024 hit single ADHD.
I wish I could sleep, I'm ADHD.
But there's so much more to her. For example, in 2008, after The Simple Life ended, Paris needed a new best friend. And who better to help her do that than MTV?
I'm Paris Hilton, and I'm an amazing best friend.
Enter Paris Hilton's My New BFF, a reality show where a selection of hopeful besties will be put through their paces to find out who is the ultimate best friend.
Now I'm looking for a new best friend, and I'm not taking any chances. That's why I'm bringing 16 girls and 2 boys to LA to compete in the ultimate friendship test.
If you've ever seen The Bachelor, you'll recognize the basic structure of this show. Each contestant has to impress Paris in various ways, perform in some challenges, and at the end of each episode, she'll eliminate the one who has most displeased her.
TTYM.
And still like The Bachelor, there's some vaguely uncomfortable sexual scenarios involved. But we'll get to that. Episode 1, Welcome to the Dollhouse. The first episode lets us know what level of intensity we're dealing with here, and this is no joke.
Finding a new BFF is one of the most important challenges I'll ever have to face.
Would you die for Paris?
Would you die for Paris?
I don't know about dying.
Or wrong answer.
18 innocent little people are here in Hollywood to compete for Paris's love. Her criteria includes taste,
Show me they have taste,
realness,
show me that they're real,
and sexiness.
and of course, they'll have to be hot.
Which makes me wonder what the show would be like if this was Paris Hilton's search for an ugly friend. I'd love to see the ugly, nasty trolls Paris deemed worthy, but that's a fantasy for my own daydreams. The contestants are, briefly, Lauren, a sort of sweet, ditzy woman,
I'm hoping we get to lay out by the pool a lot.
Francisca, a woman, I don't know.
I'm ready.
Brian, a man, he wears glasses. Natasha, she looks like an herb, you know, from Herbs, Sims in the City. She's a rocker type woman. Trisha, I don't know this woman. She's most certainly leaving the show immediately.
I'm from Schwenksville, Pennsylvania.
Onch.
Oh my god, there's Onch. It's a total character.
Onch is the wacky one, the mad one. He has pigtails in his hair, and he is preparing, at all times, a glorious scream. Brittany, this is a girl who is definitely listening to Electric Feel by MGMT. Sinsu, a slightly bashful woman.
It's crazy. What was the question again?
Zoo, kind of a brassy type woman. Like, she'll fight me in the ring, I think. She'll rip out someone's extensions, and they could be her own.
I'm sure a lot of the other girls are gonna be all uptight and so.
Shelley, here's the gentle Christian of the show.
I don't really get too wild. I did that for about a month and then I realized that it wasn't that cool.
Kaylee, she's wild, she's crazy, she's wild.
I'm wild. I'm just like I'm a dirty old man.
Kiki, she's one of the nasty type characters.
I've been hated on for a long time, I guess, because I'm pretty and nice.
Michelle,
I'm very, I would say, stunning.
she is blonde, just like Paris.
I love her haircut. It reminds me of someone.
Beige, she's the only black contestant, so she has that slightly mysterious, standoffish personality that you so often see in the single black contestant on a reality show like this.
If somebody's in my face, I let them know up front, I don't like you. Get out my face.
That's more or less the role she's here to fill. I think mostly, though, she's just a bit bored and sleepy. Athena, she's from a sorority.
Sigma, Delta.
It really feels like she just this second left college. Like, this is the only thing we see her talk about.
I did pledge a sorority, so the old feelings kind of came back, like the blindfolding.
Kari, she's already famous in her head.
I'm already famous in my head.
And everyone else can suck it.
Everyone else can suck it.
So true. Vanessa is ready. She is prepared. This is a job interview for her.
I'm someone that she can count on. I'm loyal, I'm caring, I'm fun.
Erin, I literally don't know her. I don't know this woman's deal. She probably has a rich inner life, though.
I'm ready for America. Come get me.
Paris is watching them from elsewhere with her boyfriend, Benji Madden, who shows up every so often and is a quiet little guy. He's just there sometimes, in a hat.
This is my boyfriend, Benji.
His presence is, in its own way, comforting. You always know you can count on Benji. By the way, this show has one of the greatest theme tunes ever made.
Could you be the one I want?
My best friend. It might be even better than her ADHD anthem.
It was ADHD.
The visual effects here are extremely 2008, the Diamante circles, the pink and purple vignette blurring, the little sparkles. It's just so of the time. I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm about to open a Facebook account and start poking, you know? I feel like I'm about to be encased inside a blingy. So after we, the audience, have gotten a cursory look at the contestants, it's Paris's turn to meet all her potential new friends. They go to the club, which is called Le Deux, and take turns introducing themselves. Vanessa marches right over and just loves her so much.
She's so cute, like unbelievably cute.
But two of the contestants sadly miss their chance in the 6 milliseconds Paris is present at the club and don't get to talk to her at all.
You guys all meet Paris and I didn't.
She left before I got to talk to her, and I was like, crap, I'm gonna go home. I'm already losing.
Brian and Brittany, the fools, were just too slow. After the club, everyone then gets taken blindfolded to a little room to be interrogated by this guy while Paris and darling Benji watch. These questions will reveal their true inner selves, or something.
Michelle, your breast real?
No.
I love the way this show openly laughs at its own premise. Very much in the large, beautiful shadow of the simple life, the show tells us this is serious, this is dire, these besties will be tested. Meanwhile, Paris and Benji stifle giggles in the corner, and the contestants give answers that are either baffled or cloying.
I should be Paris's best friend because I'm a cool girl.
I think that a best friend, a relationship should just flow easy.
Try not to spit on my face.
Did
while
I?
talking.
Scott Thomas told Vice in 2018 that he and co-creator Jed Elenoff thought the prize of best friend was an appropriately absurd idea for where they were at in the history of the world.
Oh yeah, we've worked together for a long time, like 15 years. I mean, so we've done this forever.
Wow.
This is old hat.
We are in the zone of pure MTV silliness.
She needs someone who's secure.
I am so sick. Oh.
After this, the contestants are introduced to their new home, the BFF Mansion.
Welcome to the BFF Mansion.
Vanessa loves it so much.
It's so beautiful.
Personally, I really like the huge photo of Paris hung in this room. I might get that for my home. Everyone's enjoying their gorgeous new mansion, only where are Francisca, Erin, and Trisha? My favorite women, my favorite girls, they're out.
First impressions matter, and you just didn't make a great one on me. Sorry it didn't work out, but you're all going home.
Wow. My girl went home.
Your girl?
Lily Ellen went home.
Who's that?
The girl that we saw in the car tonight.
Interestingly, one of these three dumped contestants, Trisha Hirschberger, ended up a YouTuber and hosted the channel SourceFed from 2012 to 2015.
It sure does sound like anal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
She did a Reddit AMA in the middle of her SourceFed career and said of the show, that was a bad situation all the way around. When I first auditioned, I was told an unknown celeb was doing a show that would be like a celeb version of The Apprentice. Then I tried to back out when I heard it was Paris, and I was told Paris needed someone who could help her handle her many businesses as well as the social circle of Hollywood, and I thought, wow, I'd be good at that. Then I got there and met the other contestants and realized the show was more like Tila Tequila, A Shot at Love than Celeb Apprentice, and asked to leave and was voted off in the first batch of girls. I felt really lied to and would never do reality again because of it. And to think, she could have been Paris's BFF to this day. Okay, now it's task time for our lucky remaining contestants.
Cars will be waiting downstairs. You have 15 minutes. Hustle. Later. XOXO Paris.
Ooh, what will it be?
Where do you think Paris has us
I
going?
think Paris is taking us to the zoo.
Oh my god, really?
Don't be a dumbass.
They get driven to an airplane hangar where Paris reveals that they are all getting makeovers.
You're probably wondering why you're in this airplane hangar. Well, I had to find a big enough space for the industrial strength makeovers you're about to receive.
You need to look good for Paris. Some of the contestants get really nice makeovers. Vanessa gets a short cropped bob in a darker color.
I feel so much more sophisticated looking. I feel kind of posh.
And Onch gets this cute, sleeker do. But most of them look pretty much the same before and after. 3 naughty contestants, however, refuse their makeovers. Michelle doesn't want jet black hair.
I think jet black would be hot.
I'm not gonna do that.
Sinsu doesn't want to be blonde.
I think platinum is just not what I'm gonna do.
And Brian doesn't want to shave his head.
You wouldn't shave your head for me?
Oh my god, no.
So these 3 get booted out from the makeover zone.
We're skipping your makeovers and you're gonna go to the party just as you are right now.
Brian, Michelle, and Sinsu don't think I know what's best,
Seriously?
I would start crying and screaming and throwing up if this was me. I would be like, no, Paris, shave my head, shave me bald, Paris, please. Paris, give me a rat tail. Do whatever you want. Just make me over, girl. Just make me over. Kiki gets shorter hair, which she is not too happy about, and they play a really iconic confessional from her at this moment.
When you're pretty and nice and people like you, there's people that want to do things, you know, just to ruin your life.
Literally go off, queen. Yes, it's hard to be a beautiful, gorgeous angel, but she's okay. She accepts her fate, however begrudgingly, unlike the three doomed ones, who now are forced to navigate a party in the boring outfits they were already wearing. Vanessa grabs Paris at the party to immediately dish the dirt on Kiki.
Kiki said that she doesn't want to be here. She's the one you just complimented her on her hair.
She said she loved it.
And she's lying.
She is in the game. Big snitch on the prowl, and it is astonishing to see. Clink. Thanks to this, Paris makes Vanessa her pet.
Paris sent me a text saying that she wants me to be her pet.
This is the designated contestant who will receive texts from Paris throughout the day and keep an eye on what's going on.
Now I'm supposed to be her eyes and ears of the house and just keep an eye out and let her know if anything weird's going on.
The others don't like this, or the show vaguely wants us to think that they don't like it.
It was great bonding with you last night. You're special. And I want you to be my pet.
But it's fine. It's okay. It's a new beautiful day and everyone's suitcases now arrive at the house. Zoo doesn't care though. She's different. She used to sleep in ditches.
All the other girls are like bitching and complaining. I don't care. I used to sleep in ditches.
Now we judge the makeovers. Paris plops down on the couch to review them with several men, but we don't really focus too much on them in the end because there are 3 dissenters that must be dealt with.
Not so hot.
Sinsu starts to say something and Paris is like, what?
What?
And then she just kind of begs for her life.
I want to let you know that I'm open for your suggestion now.
Hey Paris, I'm open to it. Bleach the shit out of my hair, girl. Make me look like shit. I love you. Paris chooses Vanessa as the winner of this challenge and gives her a big, chunky, gorgeous ring, and then chooses Kiki and Michelle as the losers.
The 2 losers are Kiki, Michelle.
We're about to enter our first elimination. I like the kind of spooky noise at the transition for this ad break. It's kind of giving pathologic. So Paris puts Kiki up for elimination because she complained about her haircut.
I don't really want a friend who's negative.
And she puts Michelle up for not accepting her suggestion for the makeover.
I told you my vision and you said no.
She then asks all of the other contestants who they think should go home, and they pretty much all choose Kiki.
Personally, I think that Kiki should leave.
Kiki should leave?
Kiki.
So who leaves? Michelle.
I'm really sorry, Michelle, but our friendship is finished.
Cool. Kiki doesn't love that experience.
No, nobody hurt me. Fake bitches.
One thing I love, maybe my favorite thing in the whole show, is the way Paris leaves after the elimination is done.
I have to get back to my life now, so...
She says this after every single elimination.
It's time for me to get back to my life now. It's time for me to get back to my life now. I have to get back to my life now. Get back to my life. Get back to my life now.
It's such a perfect exit and really brings in this beautiful, weird contrast between the idea of Paris Hilton's bustling, untouchable celebrity lifestyle that is the backbone of the show and its aesthetic, and the strange world of this show where everyone's sitting around doing little activities with Paris and building up relationships with her. I don't know what the production of this show was like, but at various points in it, we get a glimpse of just how little real time the contestants are able to have with her. Of course, a lot of the show is more interested in contestants' interactions with each other, and on these magazine-y personality test quiz evaluations of them. The show's prize, being Best Pals with Paris, is perhaps the funniest and silliest prize to be found on a reality show. Really clearly not actually quite possible, but even funnier are the quirks surrounding the very TV construction of that prize. Bye guys, I've thrown one of you out. Now I have to fuck off. At the end of the episode, they do the most 2008 thing imaginable. They fill out pages in a burn book.
There she is so far, but I'm gonna give her some bad extensions that don't blend very well.
Tina Fey, your impact goes so crazy. Okay, wow, amazing first episode. What's next? They have to get extremely drunk.
I'm gonna see how long and hard you guys can party.
Yay! Episode 2, 24-hour party challenge. Paris starts episode 2 by describing her concerns about 3 contestants. Shelley, the sweet, cute Christian contestant, isn't daring and exciting and wild.
Shelley's sweet, but she's just too shy.
Like I have nothing to talk about with anyone. Like, yeah,
I like to go to church.
Kaylee is, however, wild, but she's too wild.
I will jump off the highest cliff in the world for Paris.
And finally, Beige is nasty.
She's either sleeping or pissing someone off.
She traps poor Onch in a closet, and Onch says this.
That Beige, she's been nothing but filth to me.
So what does he do? He goes full sicko mode.
Beige, watch the out, girl. I'm gonna scrub your toothbrush in the toilet so hard you won't even understand.
This is really the moment where Onch reveals himself as the person most willing to go for it, and in truly the most putrid way.
And it's up my ass right now, scrubbing it, girl.
But it's okay. Vanessa just tells Beige not to use her soiled toothbrush.
Onch totally just scrubbed the toilet with it.
The other contestants react to this as if it's a buzzkill move.
And then Vanessa was like, don't use your toothbrush. Yes, toilet on it. Of course.
No, let her eat poopy.
I'm gonna unclog this toilet bowl right now, girl.
So this is a powerful moment. There is, like in many reality shows, a warped internal morality to the house. This scenario is over the top, and it's hard to know how serious anyone's reactions here are, but Beige just chuckles about it. In the end, it turns out that it wasn't even her toothbrush.
Is this yours?
No.
It's not hers.
It wasn't.
Yeah, this is mine, don't
No.
I'm gonna do it again.
We move on, but the antics are afoot, and Onch is going to be the queen of the antics. Everyone receives the information that they have a new closet to enjoy, stacked with goodies.
Open the door to a special boudoir for everyone to use.
But they have to put their own clothes into it and share them all. Kari doesn't like this.
Somebody puts on my stuff and they're one of the dirty people. It's an anxiety sandwich. Then I have to eat it.
Anyway, new text from Paris.
Text message, everybody, from Paris!
Everyone has to put an outfit together for a party. Sinsu finally gets bleached, and Paris has a special little dinner with everyone where they play I Never. This spells bad news for innocent Shelley. So in a true 15-year-old high schooler move, Paris drops the #1 I Never bombshell prompt.
I've never had sex.
Scary. Shelley doesn't take a drink and so reveals herself as a virgin.
Yes, I've never had sex. I love that.
This part of the show really cooks me like a full rotisserie hog. They really brought this poor girl onto the show to treat her like a strange foreign specimen for not being into lovemaking.
It's always kind of weird feeling when everyone's, looking at you like, oh my gosh, and just kind of like picking you apart.
This will come up over and over again throughout the course of the series, but this is one of the most painful moments to watch. All the sex havers staring and pointing and going, virgin, 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 virgin.
It just means that you're not like a slut.
I love Brian here though. He tries to say something nice, but he's just not in this world.
If I was straight, I'd want a girl who was a virgin.
Brian, you tried. Anyway, next I Never prompt, please.
I've never dipped someone's toothbrush in the toilet.
Oh my gosh, I just did it today.
Sinsu arrives to distract from these shocking scenes. She's brought cupcakes. She looks good. Paris was correct, and one mustn't defy her. After this, the gang are heading to an all-night party endurance test.
Living my life takes endurance, and my BFF is gonna have to show me they can go all night.
Lauren spills wine on Brian.
They spilled wine all over my head.
They go to the next club. Onch dances with men, and the men don't like it.
For some reason, the guys were like, oh, you're a dude, we don't want to dance with you.
It's kind of weird right now. Well, you're gonna dance with your friend, the guy.
If you're homophobic, bitches!
And Lauren kisses a man.
I turn around. Oh my God! And she's making out with one she just met.
Whoa. As the show goes on, we will see a kind of sexual catch-22 emerge, but here is its birth. Beautiful, simple, utterly predictable, 2 simple rules for women. Don't be a prude, don't be a slut. I don't know why she's doing these dips down to crotch level though, for real. Girl, stand up. Girl, get up. As midnight hits, it becomes Kaylee's birthday, and she is wasted.
I came out of my mama's pee-pee at this time.
We're going to a yacht party now.
Sending you guys on a yacht.
But Paris isn't coming. She's literally sleepy.
Love you, bitches. I've already earned my parting merit badge. Time for them to go and get theirs without mommy's help.
Onch pukes it up, but he keeps going. He will never stop. He is too strong and too determined.
Right after I got that out of me, I was ready to party. I was so ready.
And Kaylee simply enjoys her birthday.
My birthday.
Paris shows us this very powerful diagram at this moment.
Beige and Shelley have just been putting me to sleep.
while Brittany and Onch have been in fuego all night long.
Morning comes and the group get a message. Vanessa, as the special favorite, gets to choose the challenge winner, and she chooses Onch, Master Puker.
The person who was up all night, didn't quit dancing at all, would probably have to be Onch.
So they both get to have a small rest on their way to the second challenge.
Thanks for picking me.
They're all taken to a country club now, and oh, look, little Benji's here. Hi, Benji. Kaylee has somehow lost her shoes.
Where'd your shoes go?
I don't know.
Their next task is to play polo on men.
I just want to see who can keep it together on the sweaty back of a stallion after being up all night.
Sadly, Kaylee is quite bad at this.
Kaylee was on my team, maybe a bad choice, but it was her birthday, so I had to pick her. And she was falling off the guy's back.
How dare she be bad at man polo? Try harder, do better. We expect more from you. We expect you to stay clamped down on that man.
I think I saw her ass at one point.
I love when reality shows do this. Just paint someone as disappointing or bad in the most nonsensical way imaginable. Surely one of my favorite quirks of the genre. Kaylee, improve at being on a stranger's back while hungover. Now, Paris Hilton needs this. After that physical ordeal, they're still not done. That was purely for Paris's entertainment. The real challenge? Giving a toast to her in front of her mother. And they are so bad at it.
This wild ride is really starting to get juicy. Paris.
Kaylee, sadly, didn't withstand the trial of man polo, so she's elsewhere being extremely hungover.
And we're gonna finish shortly anyway,
I'm gonna try my hardest,
afterwards.
but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it throughout the whole day, but I'm gonna try.
Oh, Kaylee, I feel so bad for her. She's hungover, she hasn't slept, and then she literally fell from a man's back to the ground. Like, this is too much. You can't expect a woman to do that on her birthday. Vanessa gives an adoring toast, and it just feels a bit too serious.
I love your confidence, your free spirit, and your great sense of humor. I'm so happy to be here in this house, and I'm just having such a great time. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so emotional.
Toast should be playful, no? Especially for this show. But this more or less sets the tone. Everyone scrambles to say the most desperate and cloying thing possible.
I have waited a very long time to finally feel your presence. And I still very much want to share with you my energy.
They must have been directed to do it this way, right? Like, this can't have been just the way they all came up with doing it, surely. Surely not. Paris's mother realizes halfway through his toast that Onch is, in fact, a man.
I also have to thank you for picking me to being one of the 2 guys in this house, because it just means so much to me.
Brittany gives a little shout out to dear Benji.
And her insanely quiet boyfriend.
And Paris and mother decide who's best.
I love Onch.
It's Corey.
Corey won the award for the speech. I wanted to win.
She receives the enviable prize of several pairs of Paris Hilton jeans.
I got Paris Hilton butt. You don't have Paris Hilton butt.
After all of this, it's finally time for this episode's elimination.
Shelly and myself are up for elimination. There's 2 reasons I can be up for elimination, because I'm a bitch.
Vanessa thinks Shelly will leave because she's shy.
Shelly's been really shy the whole time, so I'm kind of thinking that she's probably going to be the one to leave.
But before that, Paris speaks to Kaylee about her drunkenness the previous night.
You took it overboard and got yourself sick.
And we get this cute little moment.
Today's your birthday and you're only 22. It's the perfect day to make a fresh start.
Thank you.
It's okay, girl. It's your birthday. You're just a little baby girl of 22. Take it easy.
All right, now it's time for business.
This elimination is weird because we've really barely had a chance to see Beige, and with no visual evidence of such a thing whatsoever for the audience, Paris says this.
I've put you up for discussion tonight because I've been hearing from everyone that you're distancing yourself, that you've been sleeping all day and pouting and just don't seem like you really want to be here.
Beige, you're literally sleepy. You're resting and you're napping and you're dreaming peacefully. That's not the sort of thing I look for in a friend. It feels sort of random and mysterious. How sleepy could Beige possibly be? As it turns out, very sleepy. She told Vice in 2018 that she slept throughout the second club because they were awake for going on 3 days. Ouchie. Shelly is the other contestant up for elimination, and that's because she's so sweet and gentle and lovable.
Shelly, I'm looking for a friend that makes her presence known.
Fucked up if you ask me. Paris asks the other contestants what they think, and many of them choose Beige to stay.
Beige would stay.
But Onch really loves Shelly, and I find that cute.
I saw her warming up to me.
I also love Lauren's really earnest words for her.
Most adorable thing ever.
Corey, however, chooses this moment to get weird.
I like to read people's auras and energy, and I believe that energy spreads. A wallflower will be looked over and not looked upon.
I'm happy that this brought Beige some joy in her last moments on the show, but you guessed it, she's out.
I don't think this is funny.
Beige, why are you laughing?
I'm sorry, just the way she put things together.
And Paris doesn't even say it herself, but whispers it to Kaylee and has her deliver the verdict.
DDYN.
It's weird to see Beige leave for such flimsy reasons. The show lazily tries to paint her as mean here, but it seems like she was quite well liked in the house. And of course, so many of the contestants are shown to be mean in one way or another. Was she mean? I don't know. But everyone adds her to the burn book, and we say goodbye.
I'm glad you're gone.
Episode 3. Sayonara. Here, our little sweeties have their challenge, and this one is about looking good on a roller coaster.
I need to see which BFF looks hottest when they're right side up, upside down, and ready to blow chunks.
This episode, to me, is where the show truly becomes iconic. We have a stupid fun task, we're about to serve, and every second Onch is crying, screaming, and throwing up.
I want to be your friend so bad, but this is really too much for me. I don't want to do this so bad.
Love this considered little nod he gives Corey after she demos how to serve it up on the coaster.
Yeah, work it, honey.
Aw. On the first ride, many of them do not serve, but some do.
I was able to get a little in, so it worked out.
Shelley, the virgin, explains that this is the first time she's ever been on a roller coaster.
Today was my first time that I ever rode on a roller coaster.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Wow, could she be coming out of her shell? Could she be on her way to saying the F word?
Even sweet Shelley had her roller coaster deflowering. And you're crying like a little baby.
They head to a second ride, and Onch is still weeping.
I'm not going to go on this.
And retching. And crying.
They just want me to die. Just shoot me. This is too much. My heart's gonna stop. I feel it beating.
And retching. And because of this, everyone is having an incredible time.
He was crying hysterically and throwing up in the trash can.
This is the entertainment of the century.
Yes, please. I don't want to do it.
Now we must review the photos. Harris has some criticisms.
This one, you look like you're pooping.
And some compliments.
They're all cute. You're doing a little kissy face, which I like.
Paris said all mine were cute. I'm really glad because she said in all of Kiki's pictures she looked like she wanted to poo.
Lauren wins this challenge and gets to go to the MTV Awards. And then Paris gets some shocking news.
I just got a call and found out that I have to go to Japan. And I've decided to take some of you with me.
She takes Shinsu, Natasha, Brittany, and Brian. They go straight to a hibachi place in Tokyo, and Brittany is not prepared for the realities of the grill.
I like grilled the crayfish alive and it was like struggling on the grill.
Paris, mischievous glint in her eye, decides now is the time to lie.
Have you seen them do the chickens yet?
What?
The chickens?
They grill the chickens like that?
Baby ones.
Nuh-uh.
I love when she tells her, it's sweet that you have feelings.
It's sweet that you have feelings.
Thank you, Paris. Yes, I do. Now we get the introduction of a nasty narrative for Shinsu, which is that she's a problem drinker.
I don't know if I would exactly, per se, say that Shinsu has a major drinking problem, but I'd say she loves to drink.
This woman likes wine.
You know that red wine is good for you, actually.
Back at the BFF mansion, though, it's time for some racism.
You know how to do pedicures?
Yeah, are you crazy?
He is Taiwanese.
The house has a major blow-up over this. Kaylee especially gets very seriously mad with Corey.
You've offended me and a lot of other people.
While Onch and Zhu take to jumping on her bed.
You look like a monkey. Bitch!
Corey's response is just to keep asserting that Asian people do nails.
Oh my god, Asian people do nails. Asian people do nails.
TV. Not only Asian people do nails.
A lot of Asian people do nails.
It's a weird, serious moment that is also never mentioned again after this episode. Although Zhu, from now on, will have a vendetta against Corey for the entire season.
She came at me saying, I'm gonna you up. Really?
Just ignorant. It's like 2008. Stupid girl.
Lauren takes this opportunity to let us know that there's lots of races.
I mean, there's so many different races. I'm not all white.
Thanks, Lauren. Zhu just truly has had like too much sugar today, though. She starts talking about knife wielding.
I'm gonna take a knife and just pop her like.
It's a lot, but it's okay. Guys, it's okay. Paris has zero tolerance for racism, so no worries.
I have zero tolerance for racism.
Meanwhile, in Tokyo, the little gang are invited to the VMAs, and they're each given 50,000 yen to get new outfits. They're presented this gift by some Harajuku girls.
These cuties are known as the hipsters of Tokyo.
Now, I'm not sure that that's quite true, but okay. They also hear that there are high stakes to this Japan trip.
2 of you will be returning with powers, while 2 of you will be eliminated.
Uh-oh, are your teeth chattering now, ladies? So they go shopping. Natasha gets a shopping headache.
I'm getting that, like, shopping headache.
And doesn't like the fashion.
Everyone said that I would like the fashion, but to be honest with you, it looked very much like Halloween every day. I'm not really, like, into dressing like a cartoon every day.
All of the outfits they end up with kind of bore me. Like, why is Paris in this mint-colored frilly doll dress for the red carpet, and Natasha's over here in an American flag vest? I just don't see the vision. Maybe Paris doesn't either, because the show basically completely drops all mention of the outfits. We are no longer interested. Anyway, Fergie Black Eyed Peas is here, everyone.
So you haven't picked your best friend yet?
Not yet.
She wants to know how the BFF selection process is going, and she's wearing a bra. Classic Fergie bra moment. Paris is here to present the award for Best Music Video, and she brings Britney up on stage with her.
Come on, Brittany. Let's go.
What?
Hello, Japan!
They all go to an after party. Sinsu drinks too much.
She ends up getting like really drunk and then doing really weird, like annoying things sometimes.
And Brian struggles to talk to Paris.
We got to talk a little bit, but there was so many people that, I couldn't really talk to her, so how could I make like a huge impression?
Now it's time for their special elimination. She dumps Sinsu for the drinking thing they invented today.
I think wine is a classy drink as opposed to like, chugging down some hard liquor, which, I wouldn't do unless everybody was doing it.
And Brian, just for being a random guy.
Sadly, I still don't feel like I even know you.
Now, one of Paris's catchphrases from eliminations is supposed to be TTYN, which I love.
TTYN, TTYN, TTYN.
But of course, it would actually feel quite cruel to dismiss all of the contestants that way, so she doesn't.
TTYN seems so wrong, so I'll have to say sayonara to you both.
She just can't bring herself to say TTYN. Quite frankly, it weakens the show. So Brittany and Natasha are still in, and we're heading back to the house for episode 4. Episode 4. Who's the fakest? Everyone's back at the BFF mansion. Everyone hates Corey.
Pretty much everyone in the house doesn't really get along with Corey or doesn't really like her. Sometimes she'll clap, yay!
And everyone learns the truth about Brian and Sinsu.
Where are the rest of the people? They're gone.
No!
Onch sees the bright side of this, though.
I'm the alpha male now, you guys!
And Brittany becomes the new pet.
Oh God, I'm a pet.
The gang goes to a warehouse now, tasked with making an ad for one of the many products Paris sells.
I need a best friend who's a professional. And they also need to know what sells.
After explaining the task, Paris says this.
Remember, sex always sells.
A foreboding sentence. So far in the show, we've had some nods towards general sleaziness, but it's been fairly minimal. Sometimes Paris might talk about how slutty someone looks.
I think you're just way too pretty to look this It just looks a little slutty for you.
Whatever you want, let's do it.
Or delight in some debauched club antics.
I need to see the mug.
But here is where the show begins to properly introduce its weird brand of sexualization. Everyone has to do a raunchy theme for this challenge, and the guy here to evaluate their efforts is level 1000 rageful every second he isn't seeing a bare ass cheek.
We're 5 seconds into this. What's sexy about it?
Onch and Sue's idea is to take off their clothes and keep saying they're so bad.
You're so bad.
Pure and total cringe. Chris does not like this.
Chris is filth, and Chris, he just kept on telling me to tuck it in, tuck it in. I mean, I'm a boy.
Shelley and Vanessa do a dry pretend lesbian perfume ad.
Can you resist?
Chris likes this.
Felt like you guys were magnetically drawn to each other.
Kiki and Lauren lie on a bed. Chris does not like this.
That's it? Okay.
He actually begins to froth here when he sees an opportunity to call Kiki fat.
I may even suggest getting a gym membership and some stomach crunches. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Corey and Brittany do this really interesting, weird little concept where one bangs a gong and the other does sort of contortionist-esque moves. you know, they had a vision here. Chris loves this.
This is a perfect example of what you should do to sell some shoes. Yeah, nice gong work.
Thank you.
Natasha and Kaylee just kind of talk about the hair extensions.
Do you ever want your hair to do more?
Well, I am wearing Paris's clip and goes.
Wow, I would have never noticed.
You guys, wait, hold on. What the hell is going on here?
And then Natasha just flops out.
I like your hair, baby.
That's not... I can't do it.
So obviously Chris is like, okay, that didn't work. But his advice is, you should have, I don't know, crawled on the floor.
You should have just come in, crawling on the floor in the bikini, something like that.
And then he just roasts Natasha for being from Jersey for some reason.
You're from Jersey. You must be. Do something with the accent. Be a little classier.
Natasha obviously doesn't like being spoken to like this and says as much.
If you're gonna be rude to me, I will be rude to you.
And Chris and Paris are like, attitude problem.
Attitude problem.
Yeah.
So, of course, Corey and Brittany win the challenge for being the only duo to really come up with an idea.
I love the gong work. I love the yoga.
And then, oh my god, everyone in the house gets a little Eiffel Tower necklace. Thank you, Paris. Now we're ready for the next challenge, and who has arrived to assist with this one? Not just another repulsive man, but the repulsive man. It's Perez.
Ladies, come down, please.
He's here to judge how fake the contestants are, and to do that, he conducts creepy little interviews with each one.
Let me look at you. All right. Okay.
He asks them questions like, are your boobs fake?
Are your boobs fake?
Hell no. They're orangutan. They hang down to my knees.
And who's the biggest slut in the house?
Who's the biggest slut in the house?
He tries to get them to, touch tongues with him.
I'll give you like extra credit. Come on.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Which one person agrees to, and he does this ear-splitting laugh. Perez presents his findings on a glittering pink board that shows a line going from most real to most fake.
Let's start in the middle, shall we? This is pretty real and pretty fake at the same time.
Kaylee gets placed close to the middle, but is quite bothered by being more on the fake side.
Kaylee.
What?
Corey explains that she thinks Kaylee is fake because she claimed to have copyrighted some words.
Kaylee said she copyrighted a bunch of words. I asked her
A
how you
bunch
go
of
about.
words. I said 2 freaking words I've ever copywritten. That is it. So don't put words into my mouth. How dare you?
I would love to know more about what the hell they're talking about, but anyway, Kaylee's like, okay, well, I said you were disgusting to your face, and I was actually so real for that.
I told you disgust me to my face, and you do.
Watching Perez react to this is so annoying. Shut up. Anyway, who's more real than Natasha? Lauren.
Lauren.
Everyone likes Lauren.
Thanks, guys.
And Shelley is, of course, the realist. Who's deemed fake? Vanessa, to the surprise of Paris.
I don't think she's fake at all, so I'm surprised. If it was me, she wouldn't be back there.
Onch. And oh my god, it's Corey. Paris is upset by this.
I'm upset by this.
Later, Kaylee and Corey have a nice makeup moment.
I just don't want you to think that I hate you. I don't.
I think Kaylee seems like a real sweetie pie. She seems so genuine and caring here. I don't know. I think it's sweet. So, it's elimination time. Will it be the racist or the race-y? Will it be Corey? Will it be Onch? Will it be Natasha? No, it is Onch.
Sorry, babe.
Corey gets choked up about her realness.
I might be fake looking on the outside, but I have a real heart.
And Onch is like, yeah, I'm real. I just kind of mirror other people. When I'm with Natasha, I'm a rocker. When I'm with Shelley, I'm classy.
I'm like a chameleon. When I'm with Natasha, I'm a rocker. When I'm with Shelley, I'm very quiet and classy.
Paris is like,
Sounds like you really have some issues.
She asks the contestants what they think, everyone starts crying, and Vanessa speaks for us all when she says,
I love Onch.
Everyone starts screaming, crying, and throwing up, and screaming, and shitting, and pissing, and throwing up, and screaming. These people love Onch, and quite frankly, they need Onch. And now they have to contend with the awful, awful truth that there will be no more Onch.
I love all those people. I love Zoo. I love Natasha. I love Kaylee. I love Vanessa. And I love Lauren. I love Shelley.
And with that, it's a woman-only show. Paris designates Corey as her new pet.
Corey, you're my new pet.
And it's on to episode 5. You gotta have class. In this episode, the Onch lovers must come to terms with their new Onchless life.
Without Onch, I think the house is definitely gonna change. Having a house full of girls is not exactly my cup of tea.
I guess it's hard when you're a female misogynist to be deprived of your last comforting male blorbo, but the next challenge will surely help. Corey has a task.
Hi, new pet. I would love to know who thinks they know the most about me in the house. Talk to everyone and see who wants to bet who knows the most about me.
Paris wants to hear some stuff about herself now. We enter into a shabby little game show set to play I Love Paris with a strange man. The game has its own Paris-themed currency.
For every correct answer, you're gonna get 1,000 Paris bucks. Yeah, 1,000.
We tragically don't even get to see the full game. Paris just lets us know that Kaylee, Zoo, and Kiki won the qualifying rounds.
Everyone had a chance to play in 3 qualifying rounds, and it was Kaylee, Zoo, and Kiki that rocked the competition.
This is because they decided to take some stuff from the show to use as bonus online content. Sadly, this website is long gone, so what these bonus segments were like must for now remain a mystery. It's sad to lose these kinds of little extra elements from things like this, but I do like seeing how important bonus website content was during this time. It's so fun and nostalgic, even if it was just little snippets cut from the show, gone forever. Like previously when Lauren won that challenge and got to go to the MTV Awards.
I'm looking at a logo, I'm trying to read what it says. BFF.
We don't see any of that, but you could have seen it online. Who knows what Lauren's experience was? Probably just had an awful time. Anyway, Kiki wins in the final round because she knows that the city that named a day after Paris is Las Vegas. We get a little glimpse into those previous rounds though, because we learn that Kiki got every question right today.
She answered every question right today.
Good for you, Kiki. You knew it. The winner of this game is supposed to get to spend their Paris bucks on a bunch of goods, but Paris drops a twisted choice on Kiki. Choose these sweet items, or a one-on-one special date with me.
Kiki, you can either go shopping with your Paris bucks, or you can choose to go on a one-on-one dinner with me tonight.
This is presented as a sort of ghastly trick. The idea is that Kiki is being tested on how much she is actually here to be pals with Paris.
If she chooses the stuff over me, I will, without hesitation, immediately eliminate her.
But it's such an obvious and easy decision to choose chilling with P. Hilt over getting, like, some boots or something.
Look at all this fantastic stuff. It's shiny and it's gold and there's even boots for some of you.
She just chooses Paris immediately, and this dastardly little moment fades into nothing. It really wasn't necessary.
I'll go with the one-on-one.
It's going to be an opportunity for us to get to know each other and spend some time without any distractions.
A new bombshell is immediately dropped though.
Corey, I'm still really upset by the way people treated you at the house. While I'm out for dinner with Kiki, everyone left will be up for elimination tonight. Corey, this is going to be your choice.
This is true madness. Corey said something racist, everyone didn't like that, the person she was racist towards and also seemingly the most beloved person in the house for being fun and insane was then eliminated instead of her, and now Paris says, hey girl, eliminate someone, mwah. Is this what she meant when she said she had zero tolerance for racism? Girl, bring Onch back into this house. This is obscene. It is, though, quite funny, because the thing is, it's extremely obvious who Corey is going to eliminate.
I never imagined we would all see karma flip like this.
It's going to be the contestant who said she would stab her in the boobies.
Sue told me she wanted to me up and that she was going to stab me in the with a knife.
They tried to establish some uncertainty. Everyone talks about how they're scared it's going to be them.
I'm actually scared that it could be me. Look what she did to me at my last elimination. She wanted me to leave.
But like, yeah, it's going to be the booby stabber.
You said you were going to me up, and you said you wanted to stab my TTYN.
Vanessa cries the whole time. I don't really know what's up with her. She's just weeping big time. She weeps a lot on many occasions. While this is going on, Kiki and Paris are having a nice time on their date.
Awesome.
Paris gets the text from Corey.
Zoo? Yeah?
And then literally they leave. I wonder if they had a good time. Seems like they left a lot of food on the plate. I'm feeling hungry. The next challenge is the nastiest one of all.
Who remembers the game 7 Minutes in Heaven?
The contestants have to deflect the advances of a disgusting freak.
I'm gonna be giving you guys 7 minutes alone with one of my friends. He's in the closet waiting to meet each of you right now.
His name is Dirt Nasty.
Hi Kiki, I'm Dirt Nasty.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Dirt Nasty, baby.
Dirt Nasty?
I'm Dirt Nasty.
Dirt Nasty.
He's a horrible gimmick rapper.
My dick, size of a pumpkin.
Shelly's gonna be okay though.
I'm not gonna make out with him or do anything nasty.
I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to have a challenge revolving around being predated upon, but he really genuinely, very seriously goes for it, and it is so uncomfortable to watch.
He asked me if I would suck on his nipples, and I was like, no.
Most of the women are just kind of fielding an awkward time.
It was like really creepy and not cool, and I wasn't into it.
He asked me to give him a raspberry or whatever on his stomach like you do to babies.
Some laugh it off, some give him a kiss, and one, Natasha, has a different kind of uncomfortable experience because, no kidding, Dirt Nasty is her ex-boyfriend.
When I walked into the room, I recognized it's, you know, my friend Dirt Nasty.
Give me a kiss right here.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm just having every girl kiss me on the cheek. It's part of the every girl has to kiss me on the cheek.
Yeah, but I'm not every girl.
Whoa.
Not to be dramatic, but I think I would end my life in front of Paris Hilton if this happened to me. The saddest reaction to this challenge, though, is Kaylee's. Paris is essentially slut-testing her contestants. She needs to know if they can resist the most unappealing man of all time, and if they can do it gracefully. It gets at a weird core value that is not directly expressed on the show, as is realness or being sexy, but is potentially the most important thing for a woman to be here. Not too sexual, but not too non-sexual. Kaylee is caught in the crossfire because she thinks that this challenge is testing her raunch levels, testing her for the presence of a playful sexual spirit. She goes in, pink feather in hand, and puts on the suggestive performance that she believes is expected.
I was warmed up and ready to rock and roll.
Oh yeah, baby.
What's up, Kaylee?
She licks his little tummy, she tickles his butt with her feather, and also she says he smells.
He needs some deodorant, just a little bit.
Paris delights in this.
Oh my gosh.
But still puts her up for elimination.
You just gave it up to Dirt the second you got in there. You seemed so hungry first for a man that it was kind of hard to watch.
She explains so sadly that she just thought that was the way she was supposed to respond.
I came off strong because I thought that's what, I was supposed to do.
And it's like, aw, Kaylee, it's okay, girl. Earlier on, she had also said this.
I just want to win a competition for Paris.
And I just feel so bad for her. She just interpreted the task as an opportunity to show how wild and flirty she could be. She can't go home for this, it would be too cruel. So she doesn't. Natasha does.
Natasha, I like you very much. And I love that we got to spend time together. And I'd love for us to stay in touch, and I'd love to be friends, but not best friends.
This too feels cruel, given that she's the only one who already knows this guy and has a weird ex-girlfriend relationship with him.
It's not that I'm too cool for school, it's just that, how am I supposed to act when I know this drill, I know this deal.
Like, why send her out for that? Just for recognizing that Dirt Nasty is actually just an annoying man? But in fairness, she does kind of put her foot in her mouth here.
Never played 7 Minutes in Heaven, that's foolish to me,
So my challenges are foolish?
It's over. She's insulted my game. Oh, you think playing Puzzle Bobble as one of the challenges is stupid? Well, it actually means everything to me. Fuck you. Shelly wins the challenge and gets to go to Paris's house, which is pretty funny, just choosing the pure one who deigned to give him a raspberry. I suppose that is the sweet spot between nasty and pure. They actually seem to have a really nice time together.
Thanks for making
macaroni.
ketchup.
Even though it was still a little bit hard.
I know, I'm sorry.
I don't know, they seem cute. I think they could be good friends. Also, just as a note, Kiki calls Brittany the female Jack Black during this elimination.
We have the female Jack Black.
What does that mean? Alright, next episode. Vegas, baby. Okay, we're halfway through the process.
We're halfway there, and soon I'll have my new BFF.
Paris and her rancid male friends have thrown out all the most daring and sexy contestants, and it's time to take the rest to Vegas. Shelly is afraid.
I was kind of afraid because there's just tons of loud music playing.
Once they arrive at their hotel, she kind of gets muscled out of the bed she chose.
I went in there and I claimed that bed and they kicked me out because nobody likes me.
Or a bit of a misunderstanding happens. I'm not quite sure.
I'll sleep on the cot then.
She didn't even take the time to say anything. She just picked up her stuff and walked out, so.
They just kind of don't talk to each other about the problem, so when they go out that night, Lauren and Kiki and Shelley are at odds.
I'm definitely not going to be partying it up with Kiki and Lauren.
Paris gets interviewed on the red carpet about her BFF candidates, and they get to drinking.
Kaylee said she wasn't going to drink while we were here. That went down the tube.
Lauren's in a shit-stirring mood, so she tries intimidating Vanessa.
I was just sitting there and Lauren looks across the table and she says, "I can see right through you." And I was like, what?
Meanwhile, for Kari, it's super spanky time.
I'm super stoked about tonight. It's super spanky time.
I don't know exactly what that means, but in any case, everyone seems to enjoy themselves.
People were just going nuts. They just kept screaming. And we're all like...
After this, they head to an after party. Benji Madden is there, Austin Powers is there, Paris gets sawn in half.
They didn't really cut her in half, obviously.
And Kaylee drinks. A lot. After their big night, everyone goes to sleep, but uh-oh, here comes the challenge. It's early in the morning, they've had 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and they're awoken by showgirls.
Time to get up! They were kind of mean.
Kaylee is not happy.
So angry, I was like, ugh, get out of my room.
It's time now to train as showgirls. It's painful, it's frustrating, and everyone's in way over their heads.
The whole dance basically is like holding your arms straight out, and so it just hurts really bad.
They get put in tiny little costumes.
You're in thongs and little sequin bras, and you know, all the girls are a lot thinner than I am, and it just made me feel uncomfortable.
And thrown out onto the stage. But not before they get a little time at the spa. Paris has an ulterior motive for this little treat. She sends each woman a cute little pink envelope with a nasty little lie inside.
During my massage, I received this from Paris, and inside it says, "Lauren told me that she thinks you have a secret crush on her."
The mood changes, and everyone gets quiet and sour.
Couldn't help but notice everyone else got a little pink card. And then the mood in the room kind of changed from like, to
But Lauren in particular gets very upset.
I'm not the type of personality that can handle this. I'm just really upset.
Back at the Folies Bergère, the BFFs get ready for their show, and Paris reveals that the rumors weren't true.
The notes that were floating around the room contained a series of rumors. The good news is that all the rumors were false.
She chooses Brittany, who laughed when she read her rumor, as the winner, and she explains that they're doing showgirl stuff because being Paris Hilton is a bit like being a showgirl.
You're probably all wondering why you're about to go on stage in feathers, sequins, and G-strings. Performing is definitely part of what I do. And if you think of my many appearances around the world, you'll realize that it's not much of a stretch.
Okay, well, let's begin the show. Paris sits on a big chair in front of the audience, and the women come out. They look terrified, except Kaylee, who just locks in.
I'm gonna rock it. I'm gonna flaunt it. You know what? Marilyn Monroe is a size 14 and I'm not.
In the second number, Kiki fails.
When I would look like next to me, people were doing other things.
While Kaylee continues to slay.
Once I got there, I was ready with a smile on my face and worked it.
Paris is impressed.
Wow, ladies, I'm so impressed with all of you.
She chooses Kaylee as the winner, obvious and right, and puts Kiki and Lauren up for elimination.
I'm just kind of confused. I don't know what I did wrong. I know I'm a good friend to people, so...
Lauren fights for her life at elimination after Paris tells her she needs to be strong and not start crying if she hears unpleasant rumors.
Immediately after reading the nasty rumor, you completely broke down. It makes me wonder if you can handle being my BFF.
I'm on my period right now, and so I'm even more emotional.
And Paris slams Kiki for being a bad showgirl.
In the Showgirls Challenge, you made several mistakes, and it showed on your face and body.
Kiki gives a really low-effort justification for staying in the running.
I think I should stay because we've hung out and we've had a really good time.
I just don't feel like you're taking this seriously.
Really? I am.
You're laughing right now.
No, I'm not. I'm not a good dancer.
The other contestants weigh in, and the responses are pretty varied.
You can be a real bitch sometimes.
Vanessa mentions her weird moment with Lauren.
Yesterday, Lauren really hurt my feelings during the dinner. She basically out of nowhere just told me that she could see right through me.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Why does Paris take so long to respond to that? She's just staring, she's just gazing. Paris, did you process that? Did you hear that? At this point, Kiki's pretty straightforwardly dismissive and almost antagonistic in her responses.
Do you even want to get along with the girls?
Here? No. I'm
here for you.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
I'm not.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
So Paris eliminates her. She tells Lauren she has to toughen up.
Lauren is my BFF. I'm gonna have to see you toughen up.
Okay, I'm gonna be tough.
And gives everyone a last-minute challenge.
Next time I see you at the mansion in LA, I want it to be wall-to-wall men.
So onward to the 7th episode, and another day in Vegas. Episode 7, My Kind of People. Before we start with the episode proper, I want you to hear what Paris calls Kiki during her recap of the previous episode. She's her Miami mama.
And I had to say goodbye to my Miami mama.
Really good. Okay. So the girls have to collect men to transport back to Hollywood for a mansion pool party.
I found 3 guys, and all 3 of them wanted to come back to the mansion and party. I love man candy.
And Shelley finds it hard because of all the low-value, filthy men in this sick world.
It's just really hard to find, like, first of all, guys that are attractive, and second of all, guys that don't act like a total douchebag.
But Vanessa is thriving.
You know what? I was looking for David Beckham too.
It's weird, I play soccer.
Kaylee is feeling a bit embarrassed by the whole thing.
It's just embarrassing.
And she casually drops that she's Clark Gable's granddaughter.
I have morals and values because I'm Clark Gable's granddaughter.
Huh? The demonic Rhett Butler from Gone with the Wind is your own grandpa? That's crazy information. On rewatch, I realized she actually says this in her introduction in the very first episode, but I guess I wasn't listening, so I accidentally created this beautiful reveal for myself. And now for you. You're welcome. That's Kaylee Gable, everyone.
I'm Kaylee Gable. I'm Clark Gable's granddaughter, who's one and only.
Is Kaylee okay? I feel like Kaylee has entered a very severe and low mood.
I think Paris and I come from both really amazing families and have a lot of really good morals and values and class. I'm not here for and giggles. I'm here to be her damn friend. So, party on.
Brittany, meanwhile, has found a long-haired man.
I looked around and I spotted somebody with like longer hair, and he looked kind of like my type. And then I got sucked in. He said that he would come back with me.
I like the vast gulf between the girls who are just collecting random men for the challenge and the girls who are getting really into the specific men that they're talking to.
I didn't look for anyone else after John. I wasn't really interested in looking for anyone else.
I didn't really see anyone that I liked because I had been thinking about Greg the entire time.
Girl, don't do it. Don't get emotionally invested in the random bar guy. They also get an extra night once they're back in LA to look for more guys in the local area. You know, so they have a contingency plan if no one bothers to fly in from Las Vegas. Kaylee's still struggling.
We're on a manhunt.
Oh, you're a manhunt? Well, you know what? I happen to be a man.
Yeah.
She's just not in the mood. Shelley's in a similar low mood.
None of the guys that I saw there were like my guy John, the one that I met in Vegas. And he wasn't, you know, trying to like grope me or be disgusting or talk about nasty things.
But Lauren is ready. Lauren is serious.
And she was running around, getting guys at the bar, guys at tables, guys everywhere. We're having a party. Yeah. Would you like to come?
Yeah.
For some reason, Kari starts judging.
I met this guy, Brandon. You're really cute.
All right, thanks.
Ew, Lauren has lower standards. I didn't see anything approachable.
But, you know, we're looking for sheer numbers here. We need the ugly, pathetic, low man on side. We need the nasty boys for this one.
There were some hideous guys there.
Even Clark Gable probably understood that.
But I'm Clark Gable's granddaughter. I know that if he was here now with me, he would just be like, hey, you know, man up.
I think he'd just say, get those men. Classic Clark Gable quote, get those men. Vanessa, our Alaskan princess, meets a fellow Alaskan man in the wild.
I'm from Alaska too.
It turns out he went to the same school as her, and hearing these two have a conversation makes it clear just how little chemistry has been present between any of the other contestants and their strange men so far. This guy seems like a real person and not like a cardboard man, and all it takes is being from the same high school. When the pool party begins, it's disappointment all around because only 5 men show up.
There's only 5 guys. That's not cool.
2 of these men belong to Vanessa.
You're my man.
Shelley and Brittany's men are no-shows.
My guy didn't show up, and I was really sad.
Aw, Brittany, your beautiful dream life with Craig is gone forever. Aw, I wonder how Craig's doing now, you know? Where's Craig? What's Craig up to? Is Craig okay? Brittany asks Vanessa if she can steal one of her men.
Say you had 2 guys. Is it within the rules that you can give me one?
But Vanessa needs her men, so no dice.
Brittany came up to me and asked if she could take one of my guys, and I was like, sorry, no, I worked for these guys. They're both mine.
Paris gets there and is not impressed.
I said wall-to-wall guys. What part of wall-to-wall didn't they understand?
A nightlife impresario, Allison Melnick, is now going to rate these men.
I would say a 5 because I'm really not getting a vibe from you.
She actually just rates all of the men a 5 or a 6, which is honestly kind.
The beefcake guy, I would give a 5.
I think that really sucks.
Paris designates 2 men Vanessa the winner, and no man Brittany and Shelley are up for elimination.
I'm really worried about those 2 girls. Why didn't they try harder?
The next challenge is pure madness. Paris invites someone from each contestant's life to spill the dirt on them in a mock courthouse.
Before I choose a BFF, I need to find out if they have any skeletons in their closet. So I set up a mock courtroom in the mansion.
Vanessa, as the previous challenge winner, will choose who loses. Shelley goes first, and her friend just says she's really nice.
She is a great person. She's very trustworthy. She's the sweetest person I know.
Laura goes next, and 2 friends of hers who she obviously still likes say she got a little bit gay with them.
We got a little drunk at the bowling alley and we decided to go to the bathroom, and she all of a sudden just said, all right, let's show each other our boobs.
Kaylee's ex-boyfriend Ezra shows up.
Lord, it was my ex-boyfriend Ezra.
And he says she's nasty.
If you ever get Kaylee upset, you're gonna know about it. I've actually seen her egg a car before, right in front of her house because it blocked our parking spot.
Then she, of her own accord, reveals that she cheated on him.
I did cheat on him, and he found my other ex-boyfriend's bracelet in our bed, so...
Girl, why did you say that? He just said you egged a car, something Paris would certainly find funny. You've made it worse. Girl... Why? That reveal, though, is not as awkward as Corey's. Corey's former friend explains that she's known for sleeping around with other people's partners.
She slept with my friend's husband, my ex-boyfriend when we were on a break, slept with my friend's baby's daddy.
Corey cracks up laughing at this, but the other girls are shocked.
Corey was laughing the whole time, and I was like, why is she laughing? This is like serious. I'd be like, crying.
She tries to deflect this with some incredible counterclaims.
She runs around telling people she's Italian and she's adopted.
Paris doesn't know what to think.
I don't know what to think. It seems pretty shady.
Brittany's up last, and her hater wants to speak in person.
Your ex said if there wasn't a way to confront this matter in person, she'd rather not speak to you again at all.
She's a former high school friend, and she tells this sad little story about how Brittany hooked up with her boyfriend on the day they broke up.
I found out later on that week that they ended up hooking up.
It's genuinely pretty sad watching this stuff, getting a glimpse at these real relationships that were soured, and Paris reacts to this one a bit like a sad little mouse walking reluctantly away from an unattainable big cheese.
It surprised me because I didn't think that you'd do something like that.
She puts Corey up for elimination, and Vanessa chooses Shelley.
Does Paris want someone with nothing exciting that's ever happened in their past?
So, this elimination is a delicious one because now we have our 2 poles of womanhood up against each other. The virgin and the, let's say, non-virgin. I'm gonna say non-virgin from now on to mean big nasty slut. Corey actually goes mad here. She starts talking about how people hate her for being pretty.
That you more know so much than anybody else what it's like to have people see something of value and worth and hate you because you're beautiful and you didn't ask for it. I did not ask for this.
How hard it is for her to be pretty.
I used to come home and cry in high school and say, Mom, I don't want to be pretty anymore. And she'd be like, you stop it.
And finally, she drops this iconic line.
People call me Bikini Corey back home because I have earned it.
Wow. Because no one really has anything bad to say about dear pure Shelley, we get this recurring idea throughout the show that she should leave the show because her innocence need to be protected from Hollywood.
Shelley's naive and would get stomped on in Hollywood, and people would just track all over her and just break her.
I don't see her being able to deal with all of the stress and the struggles and everything that's gonna come along with being your best friend.
Shelley counters this with a response that essentially comes down to, what are you talking about?
Can you give me some examples of stress and struggles?
And Paris keeps her in the running.
I still want to get to know you better.
She has her switch places with Kaylee, rendering Vanessa's choice meaningless. Paris asks the contestants who should go home. Everyone says Corey.
I would say Corey. Corey.
And Paris eliminates Kaylee.
Kaylee, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I love you, and I think you're amazing. You're beautiful. You're so much fun.
I love when Corey makes this face. Kaylee actually seems really happy to be leaving. Maybe she was tired of it at this point. It certainly did seem like she'd gotten exhausted and spacey in recent episodes. She smiles, says her grandfather, who died 20 years before she was born, would probably be proud of her, and leaves the show.
I think that my grandfather would be proud of me. I did get a little toasted a few nights, which, you know, my grandpa loved his booze too.
Now there are only 5 contestants and 3 episodes left.
Night, Shelley.
Good night, everyone. Good night,
Love you, bitches. Love you, bitches.
What awaits these 5 little sweeties? Let's find out. Episode 8. Keep your frenemies closer. In episode 8, Corey confesses that she has a little lucky gnome.
This is Goober. He's the good luck gnome.
Then Paris meets everyone for a fashion show challenge.
You know how I love fashion shows? Well, I thought it'd be great if you guys put up a fashion show for me today.
The contestants will each model a new look given to them by none other than their former rivals.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
That's right, here come the other contestants again. Oh, and they're here to cause trouble.
Feel free to style your client like she's your own personal blank canvas. Do whatever you think highlights her best qualities.
Beige makes over Corey and tells her she's combining Asian and urban style. But Beige isn't doing that, she's just trying to make her look weird.
My goal was just to mess her up, but I told her that I'm combining 2 cultures. Another name for them when you roll them around like this is Chinese bumps.
Chinese balls.
Chinese bumps.
Kiki's getting some payback on Brittany.
I really don't have anything against Brittany, but for my elimination, Brittany said that I was a bitch, and I want to show her how bitchy I can really be.
Kaylee's simply having the best time.
She told me that the ugliest person was gonna win this competition, and she's like, don't worry, you are gonna win. And I said, you know what? The uglier the better.
Oh, it's so good.
And Onch is going fully insane, much to Lauren's dismay.
I don't know if they allow me to cut the hair. But
No.
I just thought that I should spice her up a little and, you know, put her out of her comfort zone and see how she would react to it and just filth her up. Just filth her up.
Then they walk. And honestly, most of them look super fun. I love Corey's patent tights and metallic green lips. There's obviously an air of derelict, which Paris references. Derelict! But in their attempts to go crazy on their models, the stylists cross pretty easily into this eclectic, fun, maximalist style. Shelley's look is the least interesting, but she does look cute.
She was basically Duran Duran Rio.
Lauren has a lot of powerful elements happening on her face, and she's not the happiest about it.
It was just really embarrassing.
I'm not liking Onch too much right now. I don't know why Onch would make me look scary looking. I don't think I've ever been rude or mean to him. I've always been a good friend to him, I thought.
Vanessa's look is easily the coolest, and she really sells it with these weird, sort of doll-like movements. I just love the dirty face. Something about it is perfect. Brittany looks a bit like a grown-up Taylor Momsen and I really like the toy car necklace she has on.
I think Paris might be a little bit jealous of me, you know, in my look.
Paris chooses a loser, Vanessa, and a winner, Shelley. After this, the girls are talking, and Corey sincerely believes that Beige was not trying to make her look bad.
I don't think Beige was trying to be mean. She was trying to go for high fashion, and high fashion is odd.
This is honestly kind of cute. The others quickly set her straight, though.
Really?
Talking.
Are you serious?
It's on to the next challenge, and the BFFs head downstairs to find cardboard cutouts of Paris.
Everyone grab one of me and take me down to Hollywood Boulevard. Here you will each try to make as much money as you can by getting people to pay you to take a photo with my life-size cutout.
Corey's a natural at this since she's had a similar job before.
I'm not a skid mark in the underpants of society.
Lauren and Brittany lightly squabble over territory.
Excuse me, you're in my zone. What?
And Shelley is having one of the worst days of her life.
I actually got called a bimbo by one guy.
What?
Vanessa and Brittany are pretty into it and scream at each other across the street, possibly purely to annoy Shelley.
Everybody loves Paris and me over here.
Everyone loves my parrot!
Mine.
Mine! Shelley! What's going on over there? Oh, nothing!
Wow, psycho.
Lauren is awkward at first, but then finds her footing.
Hold that, and then I'm gonna take the picture.
Sort of.
Oh, wait. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoot. Oh, wait. Why isn't this working?
Later, Brittany gets mad at Lauren for taking one of her fries and calls her selfish and...
not all there.
Paris talks to everyone about how they did, and it turns out that Shelley didn't take any pictures.
But one of you didn't take any pictures. Shelley, what happened?
She talks about how she's shy and it was hard for her.
I'm not used to like talking to people.
Paris is disappointed.
This is really, really disappointing.
And Shelley's like, whatever.
I can't really do anything about it.
She's so done. But Paris, ever the trickster, puts everyone up for elimination.
So I decided that I'm putting you all up for discussion tonight.
Also, for some reason, tonight's elimination is gonna be in the jacuzzi. Oh my god, jacuzzi elimination! So she plops into the jacuzzi.
It's warm.
And we begin. This elimination gets a bit tense. Maybe the heat of the jacuzzi strikes a little more fear into their hearts, or maybe it's just because any one of them could leave, and they all do their best to defend themselves. Corey appeals to Paris as a person with known haters.
Unfortunately, I do have a lot of frenemies and haters. I know you know what it's like to have frenemies.
Vanessa defends her stinky, iconic runway look.
I walked down the runway and owned it, and my main goal was just making you smile.
Shelley is over it.
I really did try really hard.
And Lauren is like, girl, I just didn't want to be ugly.
I felt really self-conscious about the herring mole hole.
Suddenly, though, it's pile on Lauren time. Your Honor, she stole my fries.
She took my food out from like in front of me and put it in front of her. I was like, what the hell are you, do you not like...
Vanessa brings up that time Lauren leant over and told her she could see right through her, and Lauren explains that, well, I actually saw her go full evil mode.
Once you left, she kind of sat there like evilness came through her.
You know, she went evil. She's evil. She turned evil. Corey adds that Lauren told her Vanessa was crazy.
You told me you thought there was something wrong with her, and you said she's a little not right in the head.
And Lauren starts talking about how she's a good person and no one understands her.
You guys really don't know me, obviously. I know I'm not a bad person.
She also says that, yeah, Vanessa is crazy, okay?
I think you are kind of a little on the crazy side.
Paris stops the conversation, Vanessa's fighting back tears, and Paris names her choice for elimination.
Lauren. TTYN.
You know it's bad when you get a TTYN this late in the game. Devastating. So we have our final four. Brittany, Corey, Vanessa, and Shelley. They tell Paris they love her.
I love you, girls.
We love you. We love you too.
And Paris gets out of that jacuzzi. Vanessa draws some devil horns on Lauren for the burn book.
Drew little devil horns and stuff on her.
And here we are. It's time for the penultimate episode. Episode 9, Our Friendship is Over. The episode starts off with the remaining four taking a look at their burn book.
Let's look at the burn book, guys.
Oh, I loved Brian. Oh, Kiki.
I like that it's in plastic sleeves. It's like letter sheets in plastic sleeves instead of an actual book. Strange. The outside of the book looks good though, but the inside, woo. Today's first challenge is a bit of set design for a photo shoot.
They'll select props and backdrops and tell the photographer exactly how they want the shoot to go.
Shelley has a bad time because she's expected to assert herself and she's up against her greatest weakness, annoying men.
They're just like, no, and then they'd go on telling their ideas and you're like, okay.
Vanessa comments on the photographer's stubbornness.
Giuliano has a very strong personality. He likes to get things his way, and I like to get things my way.
But she feels this well.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you, babe.
You're like a little porcelain doll with poofy hair.
The show plays a lot of clips of her complimenting Paris, and here we see an interesting narrative begin to emerge about Vanessa.
I like it when your mouth's a little bit open.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know, it just looks really sexy.
The narrative is sort of that she's in love with her.
It looks so hot.
Like, okay, I get it. We've already taken the burn book from Mean Girl, so why not also have her own Janice Ian? Corey's having a pretty good time. She wants to put Paris in a dog collar.
That would be really hot, like a spiky dog collar and leash. I like that a lot.
Brittany comes along and has this funny little moment right as she meets the guy.
We're really running out of time.
We are?
Yeah?
Oh crap.
It's not crap.
Unfortunately, she just has no idea what to do.
I have to set up the whole thing?
What do you mean the whole thing? We did half of the job already. The bathtub.
Paris just gets in the bath. Photo shoot done. We did it. The bath was there. We put her in the bath. Yay. When Paris collects the contestants to discuss their work, Vanessa again compliments Paris.
Paris was the best model ever. Thank you.
And Corey does this bizarre expression to mimic her.
Creepy eyes, and she stares off into the distance.
Paris reviews the photos with her boys. They really like Shelley's, and Vanessa gets another sweet, sweet compliment in.
You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
That was easy.
She's so annoying, and all she talks about is trying to impress Paris every second she can.
Despite her evil and nasty compliments, which Paris likes,
You gave really good compliments, so it gave me a lot of confidence in the shots.
she wins the challenge.
So Vanessa, you're the winner.
Take that, non-sucker-uppers. The second challenge is to go on the radio to be judged by Ryan Seacrest. The idea is, once again, to figure out who is fake, who wants to use Paris.
I know some people really do like me, and they say they look up to me, and they think it'd be fun to hang out with me, and they've had a great time, and then others you don't know if they're maybe using.
Corey's on first, and he asks her why she has the nickname Hoary Corey, a thing we have never heard on the show before now.
They say that your nickname is Hoary Corey. Where did that come from?
Onch decided to do that.
Next, Ryan asks her this hard-hitting question.
What's more important to you, friendship or career?
Damn, that's a tough one. I'm sweating here, Ryan. Career.
Right now, it's been career.
No, I'm so sorry. Friendship.
But I'm really ready to open up my heart and my mind and my soul to friendship.
Please, Ryan, help me out. Ryan asks her which other contestant she hates.
Which one do you hate?
And she ultimately gets wrangled into naming Brittany.
They're all sweet except for Brittany.
Yeah. So Brittany doesn't love that. She goes next and immediately retaliates.
Which girl would you be most concerned about if you were Paris right now, in terms of being here for the right reasons?
Corey.
She also gets her own sudden evil narrative here. We are closing the show, so we do need some nastiness, and in her case, it's about her desire to pursue music.
What is it that you want to do? You want to be...
I want to be a rock star.
Warning! Warning!
Ryan asks her to sing something, and she does.
Brittany, let me hear your voice. Sing just a little song.
I'm in love with a boy from Chicago, and now I'm left wondering why. I'm in love with a boy from Chicago.
The absolute silence behind her lone a cappella moment just hurts me so bad. Ooh, God bless. The other contestants weigh in on how this is Brittany's thing and how Brittany having this ambition is a strike against her in the competition.
Brittany is here for her music, and I think she's more interested in a music career than actually being friends with Paris.
So I guess, there's Brittany's downside. She sings. Shelley is the third contestant to be interviewed, and it's been a while since we've commented on the fact that she's never done sex. So in a moment of pure 2008 34-year-old man fever, Ryan confirms this.
You're a virgin?
Yes, I am a virgin.
And then asks her if God would want her to be friends with Paris based on her godly purity.
Would God approve of you being Paris's best friend?
Yes, I think
Considering the fact that he wants you to wait.
To which she replies,
I don't know what me not having sex has to do with being Paris's friend.
This is such a genuine, pure moment of freakishness. For a second, I've forgotten that Shelley's existence on this show was to be the butt of one big running joke about sexually unavailable women being naive, dull, and prudish, because she's truly been on the show for so long that they had to move away from it and let her just be there for a bit. But this excruciating virginity interview is a staunch reminder that Shelley could never be a real contender. Even in a completely meaningless contest that confers really nothing, Shelley was not going to win.
Shelley's not going to win because she's boring, and the only thing that we still know about her is that she's a virgin from Texas.
Finally, here's Vanessa. Ryan asks her why she wants to be Paris's friend, and she answers with a gushing list of compliments.
I want to be Paris's best friend because she's an amazing person. She's beautiful on the inside and out. She's a lot of fun. She's got a great sense of humor. She's just amazing.
Now, notice what Ryan says here.
I think that Paris and I have had a connection from the very beginning.
I almost feel like they're in love with you. The way they look at you when they say that.
This feeds into our overly invested, loving fan narrative for Vanessa as far as the show's edit is concerned. But Ryan doesn't say she. He says they.
The way they look at you when they say that.
He's talking about all of them. Wow. I'm a detective. I've figured it out. Before elimination, Paris decides to do something evil.
Vanessa, Paris needs to talk to you, so you should change and
go upstairs.
She fake eliminates them.
I've loved getting to know you, but I just can't see us as BFFs.
Do I go now?
Vanessa gets this treatment first, presumably because they knew she would be the most upset, and she absolutely is.
Why do you think she eliminated you?
I'm blindsided. I have no idea.
She cries and cries and cries.
I hope that we can stay friends forever.
This is killing me.
Corey goes next.
I just don't think it'll work out as BFFs. I'm sorry.
And she's actually quite excited to go home.
I'm ready to go back home where there's some love.
Brittany is pretty stunned.
I've loved getting to know you, but I don't think we'll work as BFFs. I'm sorry, TYN.
Okay.
She has kind of a delayed reaction. She cries.
You told me that you would be my BFF.
Shelley, on the other hand, doesn't care that much.
I just don't see us being BFFs.
She's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Bye, Paris Hilton.
It's worrying me that you're not even a little...
No, I am upset.
She doesn't even care.
Bye, Paris. Thank you.
So here it comes. The real elimination. They line up, Paris comes out, and she reveals the truth.
None of you are eliminated.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Everyone stands there absolutely blown away, except Shelley, who continues to not have that much of a reaction. And to our great shock, no doubt, this is who Paris eliminates.
After watching your exit interview, it was like you were almost relieved to be going home, and it just kind of hurt my feelings. Maybe God sent you as an angel down here to me.
One thing that bothers me here, though, is that Shelley does cry. Shelley cares.
I think it hurts me the most that she thought that I didn't care.
But hold on, wait, that's not it. It's not over. Paris drops another clanger.
I really wish that tonight I only had to eliminate one person. But tonight, it has to be two.
Paris asks the remaining three to name who should go home.
Corey.
Brittany.
So who is it? Yeah, it's Corey.
I don't know if you're really here for the right reasons.
Paris kind of tears her a new one.
It seems like you care more about bikinis and your looks than about you would with your friends.
No more Corey, it's hard to believe it, but now there are two. And for the finale, they're getting out of LA.
How about a trip to New York?
We're going to New York.
Let's fucking go. Episode 10, Best Friends Forever. Okay, babies, it's the final episode. Brittany and Vanessa compete for the title of BFF. Vanessa really wants to win because she loves Paris.
I love Paris.
And Brittany thinks she relates to Paris the most.
I can relate to her the most.
The two of them head directly to New York, and Vanessa switches seats with Brittany on the plane so she can be next to Paris, which seems fair enough. They're already mid-flight. Brittany's been the one sitting next to her. She's resting peacefully. Why not swap so Vanessa can be with her for a while? But Brittany's like, okay, freak.
Psycho comes over and is like, hey, switch seats with me.
But oh no, we woke our dear princess. So Vanessa, how could you?
She woke Paris up.
Good morning, gorgeous.
They land in New York, and each contestant gets a full day alone with Paris.
I love being on the East Coast. It's so, epic.
First is Brittany, who must prove her love via helicopter, and she starts feeling a bit queasy.
I started feeling sick.
But it's okay. They go to Patricia Field's clothing store, Paris buys her a dress, and then they get a sundae. It has caviar on it, which neither of them like.
That's good, but not with ice cream.
I know, why would they do that?
What a magical day. Of course, it's important that Brittany roasts and destroys Vanessa today. She's fake, she says. She's not a real friend to Paris like me.
Maybe Paris doesn't see through all Vanessa's, bull.
They end the day with a nightcap, and Brittany starts going full hater mode.
She's a little bit nuts. Really?
The next day, it's Vanessa's turn to have a joyous day out with Paris. She also gets a helicopter ride, and they go to the Hamptons and have a yummy fish dinner. Vanessa asks Paris why she ultimately chose her and Brittany for the final two.
So why have you kept Brittany and I here?
And she's like, yeah, I don't know. I liked you guys.
Always thought you were really sweet.
She says that she doesn't think Brittany is fake like some of the others.
She doesn't seem fake like some of the other people.
And that's really funny. Imagine going on the show and just knowing that Paris thinks you're fake. How tragic. Paris didn't want to be besties with me because I was too fake and nasty. Vanessa probably is the purest seeker of friendship on this show. You could tell from the beginning that she really, really wanted it, and she says as much here.
I want to be Paris's best friend so badly.
I'm kind of rooting for her. She just seems genuinely into it, and sometimes that's pretty cute.
We fell asleep on each other's shoulders, and it was just, that's something that best friends do. It was totally cute.
But it does get a bit tiring. Okay, girl, we get it. You're having the time of your life.
You are so silly.
They go to a club where Vanessa shows boyfriend Benji the new ring Paris just gave her.
Look at my ring.
That's cool.
And Brittany comes along. She tells them they'll have one more chance to change the outcome for themselves after they get back to LA.
I'm gonna give you guys one more chance at the final elimination. Just tell me why you should be my BFF.
So Brittany and Vanessa take one last sad look at the BFF mansion, and now they must give a speech about why they should be the BFF. This is their final task. Paris puts them in matching outfits for elimination.
I think I look kind of cute.
I look like a moron.
And they nervously await their queen. Okay, Paris is here. Time for the speeches. They're quite boring.
At first glance, it doesn't seem like we have much in common, but I'm shocked by how alike we are.
Vanessa cries a lot.
Don't cry. I love you so much. Thank you. That was beautiful.
And we all know Paris can only have one BFF.
You know I can only have one BFF.
But instead of choosing who will be crowned, Paris has another theatrical little moment.
I can't do this right now. It's just not the right time. Sorry.
So they stand there, we get some top-notch producer acting.
Guys, what do you mean she left? We gotta find her, guys.
2 separate cars come and get them. They put on some masks, and Paris explains the situation in voiceover.
What they don't know is I'm having one of them taken to a celebration, while the other will discover her fate in isolation.
Okay, evil mastermind. Okay, nasty. So one person walks into an empty room, and the other walks into a room full of masked freaks. Which is which? Well, Vanessa's in the lonely, empty room of failure.
Really upset.
And Brittany's in the freak zone.
The truth is, you won't be joining me in my life, but I hope you'll join me for our life together. Because you're my new BFF.
That didn't make any sense at all. Congrats, Brittany. You are the official BFF.
My new BFF, everyone!
Yay! So that's it. BFF obtained. And what a beautiful journey it was. Since this all happened a good 17 years ago, don't start crying. It's okay. Where are they now? A lot of the contestants are more or less untraceable, and a few have very sparsely used normal person Instagram or TikTok accounts, but select contestants have done some interesting things. For example, I found out that Corey was in a movie about a talking penis, and the penis says the N-word.
Had it with you. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Your little penis, what can you do?
Oh yeah?
He called a black guy the N-word.
Okay. She was also in a horror movie in 2012 called The Eves.
You know, God really screwed us in the urination department. I know. Guys can go anywhere. Is that penis envy? Yeah, big penis envy.
This is her biggest role, and I thought it was interesting enough to warrant its own bonus video, so thank you, Kari. Love your work, girl.
I'm on this new diet, by the way. I drink a whole lot of water and it fills me up.
Brittany, I don't know, golfs. She golfs now. I'm not sure how long the music thing stuck. It seems like she didn't get much of an opportunity to do this post-show, but she was definitely really hoping for it.
Made up my own vocal style. It just kind of comes out, and nobody has a voice like I have. We're gonna go on arena tours. It's gonna be a revolution.
So you seem awfully confident about this.
I also found this very odd Instagram caption from her on this photo, which I will simply read to you and say no more. Need help. Do you guys like my philosophical healing stories? Or do you want funny stories and jokes in the captions? The philosophical ones come from my meditations, which feel more feminine, but I want to have comedy on here, but it makes the tone more masculine, so I don't care which vibe you guys are coming here for, RN. Or a mix, but is that too all over the place? So Brittany is far from the only musical contestant. Sinsu is also a musician. She covered Paris Hilton's Stars Are Blind, but changed the lyrics to be about the show.
Those are the girls who always make these big fat lies, and some are dirty, smelly, never showered in their lives.
She sang a song about needing Keanu Reeves.
I want to be with Keanu Reeves.
And she's still jamming today.
Mr. Director, won't you critique me?
Natasha released a 4-track EP in 2008, and it honestly kind of rocks. Party of the Year is a certified banger. She also, more recently, posted Beavis and Butthead Trump and Biden image on her Instagram. Onch is a successful jewelry artist, and he does tons of collabs with huge brands.
I created the $19 strawberry ring inspired by the viral $19 strawberry by Eliemi. Let's try it to see what all the hype is about. It tastes like I'm dancing in the strawberry fields right now. Next, let's try the $19 strawberry ring. You know what this tastes like? It tastes like fashion.
Shelley also has a jewelry business, and there she is, cowgirl. She also still loves God.
I love God. I have been dealing with injustice.
Zoo doesn't have much of an online presence these days, but it's interesting to note that around the time she was on the show, she was a scene queen. And I mean a best friends with Audrey Kitching level scene queen. They had a video series together called Trashy Life, where they wandered around and kind of said things.
TrashyLife.com coming soon!
Very early YouTube stuff. So Paris Hilton's My New BFF is a pretty fun watch, largely because its farcical nature forces it into a necessarily ironized place. Like, it's just funny to have a Bachelor-style show about competing to be Paris Hilton's best friend. The Simple Life took the dumb rich girl stereotype to a cartoonish comedy extreme, and this show continues in its footsteps, playing with the absurd nature of being a Paris Hilton. It's fun to place unreasonable demands on a group of hapless 20-somethings. Change your hair, prove your devotion, endure the revelry. But the best thing about it, the greatest thing of all, is that despite the known fact that Paris can only have one BFF, in less than a year, she might need a new one.
When I took the mask off Brittany, the masquerade had just begun, leaving me without someone to call my best friend forever.
That's right, there's a second season. But that's for another video. TTYN.